Ed Sheeran is a singer-songwriter who began playing guitar at a young age, and soon after started writing his own songs. When he was just a teenager, he moved to London to pursue his music, and his outpouring of creativity added up to several early episodes and hundreds of live shows. Sheeran hit #1 on the iTunes chart before he ever signed with a record label. Since signing with Atlantic, Sheeran has sold millions of records and won Grammys for hits like Thinking Out Loud and Shape of You, as well as his 2018 album. Ed comes from a very creative family. His parents are in the art world, and his brother is a composer. So it's no surprise that Ed was encouraged towards music from a young age. He began singing at his local church from the age of 4 and learned to play the guitar at 11, even writing songs while still at high school. He made it into the National Youth Theatre in London and also performed with Youth Music Theatre UK in 2007. Ed Sheeran has been hugely successful since the release of his debut song, The A-Team, in 2011. In 2012, the awards and accolades started flooding in. At the 2012 Brit Awards, Ed won Best British Male Solo Artist and British Breakthrough Act. He also performed at the Diamond Jubilee of Queen Elizabeth II concert and closed the London 2012 Summer Olympics ceremony. His lyrics and his incredible live performances resonate with fans again and again. Fans lucky enough to have met Ed know that he takes the time to appreciate every single fan, and it makes the relationship between the artist and his fan base even more special. As of 2022, Ed Sheeran's net worth is estimated to be $200 million, which places him within the top 100 richest singers in the world. So today's video is about how Ed Sheeran spends his millions. Before we get started, we wanted to take a moment and ask you to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon below. It will notify you the second we drop a new video. I'm definitely sure you will enjoy it. Ed Sheeran is the unlikely man of the moment. The 30-year-old singer went from choir boy to international superstar seemingly overnight. Having sold more than 150 million albums worldwide, Ed Sheeran is the most streamed British artist on Spotify, where he has a whopping 80.83 million followers. With all this success and stardom, Sheeran has naturally become exceedingly rich. But despite having millions of dollars at his disposal, the singer leads an extremely frugal lifestyle. Number 10, he buys lots of toys. Ed Sheeran loves toys, and he's not embarrassed about it by any means. And why should he? In 2016, he famously spent over $2,400 on a shopping spree at Toys R Us. And while that may not be ridiculously high for a celeb, considering the amount people usually spend at the store, it's still a fairly large sum. Number 9, he loves collecting art. In 2016, Ed Sheeran spent almost $7,500 for a pig statue, which is just one of many art collectibles that the Shape of You hitmaker has attained over the years. If he could spend that much on a small statue, one can only imagine what he'd spend on cars. Number 8, he famously bought 5 homes in one day. If you want to know how rich Ed Sheeran is, he spent an incredible $12.6 million in one purchase to acquire 5 homes in the UK. Nobody does it quite like Ed, who doesn't second-guess his decision on furthering his investments with the addition of new properties in different parts of the UK. Number 7, his entire property investment is worth tens of millions. It's believed that Ed Sheeran's property portfolio is worth an estimated $73 million. It's believed that the Thinking Out Loud chart topper will have accumulated enough properties to reach the milestone of having a portfolio worth more than $100 million. Number 6, he has his own bar. In September 2019, Ed Sheeran opened up his very own bar, Birdie Blossoms, which is named after his wife, Cherry Seaborn. It's located in Notting Hill and has so far received plenty of raving reviews from fans. The bar is still fairly new, so improvements are likely to be made based on feedback, but so far he's off to a strong start. Number 5, he paid his staff during the COVID-19 pandemic. While many companies were looking to reach out for the government's furlough scheme in the UK to avoid having to pay their staff during the COVID-19 pandemic, Ed refused to follow suit and opted to pay his team's salary without any government funding. What a class act. Number 4, he still takes commercial flights. While he has more than enough money to fly on private jets for the rest of his life, Ed Sheeran still enjoys taking commercial flights. He has been snapped on a private jet above, but the down-to-earth superstar is more at home on a budget airline. He said, "I get more bothered on Virgin flights." Number 3, he bought his parents a house for Christmas. In December 2015, Ed Sheeran spent $1 million on a brand new home for his parents so that they can be closer to him. The singer told the newspaper The Sun, "I bought them a flat. They already have a house. I got them a flat and a car in London so they could stay there. It's opposite me, my house as well." He said, "My thing is, I bought a house about a mile away from them where we could live in the countryside, and I bought a flat and a house pretty much opposite each other in London. So when I have kids, when they start getting a little bit irritating, I've got the grandparents there." Number 2, he donates plenty to charity. Ed doesn't just make a lot of money, he donates plenty of it back to his community. In April 2020, he donated over $1.3 million to local charities in his hometown of Suffolk, which was 1 month before he would donate an additional $200,000 to provide essential equipment for his former school, including laptops, cameras, and a photography darkroom. Number 1, he bought himself an Aston Martin DB9. Ed Sheeran made a gigantic purchase when he snagged himself an Aston Martin DB9 supercar, which he's only driven a handful of times. The vehicle can cost up to $150,000 depending on whether customizations are added to the mix, but when you're worth $200 million, money certainly isn't an issue. We hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like down below. Please tell us which one is your favorite, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check out our old videos too so you can get caught up. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you in the next one.